So I want to ask this question from, I don't want to put words in this person's mouth, but, Dave Ramsey talks about his story all the time, going bankrupt, what that meant, like that failure, which led to all these amazing good things that came out of it. So my question is when does somebody know that a story of your past, especially failure, can help guide you in your future, or that story that you repeat harms you?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah. The two things. One is, if you listen very carefully to Dave, he's not continuing to use I am statements, or what I would call in the nerd world identity statements. He failed. He is not a failure. He made a bad choice, or he calls himself he was a dummy or an idiot or whatever. He has a PhD in DUMB. He did unwise things as a 26-year-old, right? Or however old he was. But he himself is not dumb. And by the way, I've done math with him on a whiteboard. He's like Good Will Hunting. He plays hillbilly on the radio. That dude is a savant when it comes to mathematics. But all that to say, so one, he's very careful about the identity statements. The second thing is, my rule of thumb is you don't ever tell a story that you're not healed from. And you're healed from a story when your body doesn't try to solve it for you or take off to protect you while you're remembering it or telling it. So if your spouse has an affair and your church a couple of years later says, hey, would you guys like to tell your story in our affair recovery group? And one of you starts hyperventilating, it's too soon. Yeah. If you can both say, yeah, this happened and I've forgiven him, and sometimes I still have these dark thoughts of him with somebody else, but then you can tell that story. So I have a number of stories that I don't tell publicly because I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to. And some of them aren't for public consumption. Yeah. Others, I don't care if anybody knows that. I think it's kind of funny or stupid of me, and I don't mind telling everybody. Or some of my stories are so public that it would be silly not to own them. But so for me, the rule of and I tell this to people who are struggling with mental health challenges or personal challenges, only when your heart doesn't take off, when your body doesn't go into fight or flight, trying to protect you from that story, is it okay to talk about it? Yeah. No, otherwise, we tell them you end up bleeding all over your audience, and that's not fair to them.
That's right.
Discussions in this show are for entertainment and educational purposes only and should not be construed as specific recommendations or investment advice. Always consult with your investment professional before making important investment decisions. Securities offered through registered representatives of Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory services through Cambridge Investment Research Advisors Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and SmartPro Financial are not affiliated.